What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I'm one of your hosts, Kyle Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Master Chief in the streets, Jack Gibbs. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing better now that we're recording.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey, we got there.
Live.
We got there, baby.
I'm doing all right, though. I'm doing all right. I had a day off today and had a chicken parma, so it doesn't get much better than that.
Oh, my God. You're living the dream. You're living the dream.
That's it. How are things on your side?
Yeah, good. Went out to tea tonight for my wife's birthday. That was a lot of fun. There was cake. No, we went to... No. We went to a place called Pizza Cafe. And you'd think they'd have a Parma, right? But no, literally pasta, pizza. The only little way they branch out is lasagna. That's it. Otherwise, it's pasta pizza. Okay.
If it's good pizza, then
it's great pizza. That's like wood fire, proper Italian pizza. I had a meat delight. It was very nice. I had to bring half of it home. Couldn't finish the whole thing. You know, Carly had a pasta. The kids had bolognese, and as you can imagine, the floor ate more of the bolognese than the kids did. But they had a good time. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it was good. It was tasty.
Sometimes I wonder if sitting the kids on the floor would be better, but I can't help but feel like it would just be worse.
We know there was a place, I'm not going to dox myself, but I already probably have, around here when we lived, when I was younger, where they had an area where it was literally like if you were bringing kids, they had a special area where you could literally have the kids down on like a kids table. They had like a kids table set up for like adult tables would have like a little kids table. They had it all set out, so if they were messy as hell, it would be really good. And then the place closed down, so I guess it didn't really work out for them. But it was pretty good. It was well thought out. It was well thought out. You know what I mean? It was well thought out. But yeah,
I like it. That's so good,
mate. We're going to have a very interesting show this week. It's like a hodgepodge of different things because there's a couple of different things I just want to talk about rather than, try to dedicate the whole episode to something. But last week we had some of the biggest news ever. It was that Bathurst is returned, right? It's back.
Indeed. Nothing else happened last week.
We now have this week where nothing else happened but this, mate. Mario Kart is back at McDonald's. And I can confirm they are plastic toys, brother. They are plastic. They are not paper. They are not crap. And they're a good lineup, mate. They're a great lineup. It's all they're like little Mario Karts. Some drive, some are like the floaty ones. They're really cool. You got Bowser, pink, gold, Peach Kart, gold Mario Kart, Yoshi Kart, Donkey Kong Kart, Toadette Kart, Luigi Kart, Peach Kart, Mario Kart, Toad Kart. I haven't got one yet, but I've seen my child playing with one, so I assume they had mechas without me, which is just, which has just broken my heart. But yeah, no, it's so happy we're getting a return to form when it comes to toys at McDonald's. Look, I'm like, and I'll have a report next week on whether what kind of plastic, is it recycled, is it this, is that. I'll do my research, but as someone who grew up as a kid and had some of the coolest McDonald's toys ever, to see my kids, it was like, when did Mario come out? Like a year ago. And it was like the Mario toys were the hot thing at McDonald's. They were cardboard. To see them now be able to play with like a proper little Mario Kart and not have to go out and try to track down the Hot Wheels ones. Like they got a little Mario Kart with their Happy Meal. Perfect. I'm so glad that Mario is back to form. I'm glad they picked Mario as the return to the plastic toy, the renewable toy. It's got to be renewable plastic. It's got to be some sort of recycled plastic, which I'm fine. We need to start doing that stuff. But yeah, I think, it's nice to see a return to kids actually probably wanting to play with their toys again, which is cool because, for a while there it was pretty fucking bleak. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty bad. It was pretty sad.
Sorry, all I heard you say was I don't have to discover what I need to have for lunch tomorrow.
Mate, that's it. Mate, I'm sorted. I'm going in and I'm going to review these toys every week here on the podcast. That's happening. It's going to be the best. It's going to be the best, most consistent review I've ever done. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, just wanted everybody to know that Macca's is returning to form. And if they fail after these toys and return to cardboard, I will let you know and we will go to war with Macca's. They will sponsor me or we will go to war. Okay, now let's get on. They should sponsor me. I'm big Macca's eater. All right, let's move on to the real news. So today on the show, we will be talking about PlayStation's 30th anniversary announcements, as well as our first impressions on Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. So we're going to move into the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, their little mix-up with the reveal of their little logo. Which was, when you put that in the Discord, did you notice that, or did you see everybody online talking about that?
Nah, I can't take credit.
Damn it. I was like,
But when I went to Instagram, it was interesting that it was the first thing Instagram served to me, which typically PlayStation just wouldn't be at the top for me. So I'm guessing a lot of people were looking at it.
Yeah, I think people are pretty hot on it, which is weird because it's just the same thing with a bigger hard drive and like fins. But yeah, we'll get to that.
I don't think I would have noticed though. Yeah, to be fair.
Man, I was boosting you up, so just take the praise. Take the praise. I boosted you the fuck up.
You know I can't.
So during their announcements, they announced a whole bunch of cool stuff and a whole bunch of confusing stuff. So basically, they announced My First Gran Turismo. So it's basically a free version of GT that's designed to get people excited to play GT because no one is anymore. Sorry, Gran Turismo, it's just facts. I think it's a version of GT7, just a smaller version, sort of like what they did with Prologue, except they charge people for Prologue. So yeah, that's really good. I'm glad there's something. It's like a demo, so that's cool. Trying to get people into Gran Turismo makes me think that maybe they are putting more stock into Gran Turismo, which would be nice. We're also getting a whole bunch of soundtracks put on digital streaming services, which is awesome. And that the first wave is God of War, God of War 2, God of War, Ghost of Sparta, Twisted Metal, Starhawk, and Unit 13. Apparently they're all going to start dropping from October through to January. And they announced a new product line called Shapes of Play. Okay, so these come in 3 different flavors: Battle, Create, and Recharge. So basically, Shapes of Play Battle is a board game where you challenge your friend to line up 4 different shapes of the same color on the board to win. Shapes of Play Create is a set of magnetic blocks. I wish they were magical. Magnetic blocks that you can position in any direction to create fun shapes. And Shapes of Play Recharge lets you experience a new way to recharge between games, especially after those tough boss battles. So they've made tic-tac-toe out of PlayStation shapes.
What the fuck is this announcement?
Huh?
The fuck is all this?
It's ridiculous, right? We'll get to it. And yeah, the magnetic is just like magnetic blocks, and the last one is they're probably, I don't know what the prices are on these things, but yeah, they're charging like money for stress balls, 4 of them.
The blocks is the most embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. It's okay. I don't understand.
Whatever.
I don't understand.
You know what they should do? You know what they should fucking do for their 30th anniversary? Is take a game like Unit 13 and slap it on iOS and Android. There you go. Happy 30th.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh, no, we're putting it on Spotify. Great. I can't remember what that fucking soundtrack was to that game. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad game, but it's like, the fuck are they doing over there? Why was that not already on Spotify? Anyway, I don't know what the fuck is this?
None of this feels
I
like.
didn't see this today. It's the first I'm hearing of it.
Oh, really?
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb, eh? I'm so glad you agree. I think it's dumb as hell.
I thought the news was just the fucking PS5 Pro shadow.
No.
Fuck? I didn't realize all this happened.
No, they announced all this and then said, more to come.
No, don't come. Don't come, please. Just hold it in. All right.
I'm going to come.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
Yeah, it's really
come with a
weird.
new game if they're going to come.
It feels like they've tried to...
Last week, they thought we better celebrate this.
Man, it's so weird. It's like it's like you look at the actual photo, and it's almost like they're trying to cater to like a more Art Deco sort of like, hey, put this next to your PlayStation 5. Yeah, we know we created art.
All right. It's fine. None of these announcements are necessarily terrible. They're just not 30th anniversary announcements.
Yo, the blocks are dumb. Have you seen the blocks?
Yeah, the blocks look stupid, but the stress balls and stuff I'm not hating, to be honest. But it's like,
I think you don't make me pay for stress balls. That's crazy. They're going to charge $50 for these stress balls, bro, and it's going to be like, what the hell?
It's something PlayStation's been doing fairly well for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever. Is some of that shit for your home? Like, I've got some PlayStation lights in the hallway I'm going to set up in the room. I just sit in the hallway, so I guess I haven't done it yet. But like, the point is, I don't like. These are cool things to add, magnets or whatever. Like, I've got a little whiteboard up here. No, hang on. If they're magnetic, they'll stick to the whiteboard, right? Yeah. I'm not saying these are terrible things, but this ain't no 30th anniversary of PlayStation, one of the most successful electronic products of all time that we love passionately. And here's a magnet, mate.
Here's what I'm hoping.
$17.
Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is PlayStation going, yo, we've got this real tacky shit that we've been working on that we just let Jeremy in HR come up with, and he's real happy about it. We'll sell it. We'll make Gangbuster. I'm hoping TGS, whatever they do at TGS, is more like, here's to 30 years, here's what we're doing, here's the PlayStation 5 Pro, here's the PlayStation 5 Pro with a PS1 paint job. There you go, pre-order it now. Yeah. If you can't afford a PS5 Pro, you can buy the plates, you can buy the controller. We're also dropping a whole bunch of what we're calling 30th, like celebrating 30 games onto PlayStation Plus Deluxe. There'll be stuff on there, including all the God of Wars, the original God of Wars, and Unit 13, and this. We're chucking Infamous on there. We're chucking this on there. It's the games that carved out and defined the last 30 years of PlayStation, and it's going to be a special tab on PlayStation Plus Deluxe that you'll have access to, and then they'll be like, we're taking them away eventually, so don't get too excited. But then eventually they'll be like, hey, we're just going to keep them here. You guys love it. So, we're delaying Wolverine. That'll be there. I hope that's what they're planning.
I just did a quick Google. Like, TGS is 3 weeks away.
Yep.
The PlayStation 1 launched in December. Like, there's actually a bit of time to still...
That's why I think this is just like course one. But I think course one, right? When you go down and you eat a meal and you get your first course, the first course is the defining taste in your mouth that prepares you for the rest of your meal. I don't want to eat anymore.
Especially when you're at like a wedding or something on the planned menu. It's like, if round one's terrible, you lose all confidence in round two, even if round two's great.
I feel like I was promised... spring rolls and soy sauce for my starter, and they just bought me, mate. I was gonna say, and I just got the sauce, and I'm sitting here sipping it like I feel like I'm missing something. Like, this is okay, but I kind of wanted something to dip in the sauce. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm feeling, dude. Like, this is the equivalent of someone being like, hey, would you guys like some bread? Like, absolutely. And you're expecting them to bring you bread, butter, the whole 9 yards, and they bring one fucking breadstick. Like, whew. I mean, I'll eat it.
Yeah, but there's like 20 people sharing this breadstick.
Exactly. It's like, it's crazy. But, that's, hopefully it's just the beginning. Hopefully.
Can we move on? I'm just going to keep shitting on this, and this is still tangible stuff we're getting correct.
We can. I mean, it's weird that they announced this the day Astrobot comes out. Astrobot killing it on the reviews, man. 10 out of 10s across the board, 9 out of 10s.
This announcement would have been better if it just didn't happen. Just put it up on the store. Oh, we're selling blocks now. Great. Spotify, I got an update, and we've got Unit 13 soundtrack. Great. Oh, here's a new Gran Turismo demo. Great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just... fact that it's like wrapped in this fucking wrapper, like, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, let's move on. The big thing about this announcement was we got to look at the PlayStation 30th anniversary logo, and within that logo, they seem to have confirmed what all these leakers have been saying. They seem to have confirmed the design for the PlayStation 5 Pro. For people listening, I'll do my best to describe it. So it's a PlayStation 5 that they cut slices out of. Little thin slices, and they got little fins on the side. So it's like you went to Kmart and bought an air conditioner. You know that air conditioner at Kmart, everyone, that looks just like a PlayStation? You're like, it's my PlayStation 6. It's just got little fins on it. Well, now it has the fins.
That's basically right. It looks like a PS5, and the Pro looks like it.
Yeah. 100%.
To be honest, I don't mind the design. I'm just worried about the size. In all the leaked renders, it looks huge.
I think it will
really
be
big.
I think it will be huge. Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
The bigger the device is, the cheaper it probably is to get the parts for. I think that's like, a rough thing that works that way. I don't know. But anyway, I probably am not going to be purchasing one, to be honest. I feel like PS5 goes fine for me.
Yeah.
It does the job that it needs to do. When an exclusive game comes out, it looks good on the TV. I'm not sure if I'll be investing, but I'm excited to see what it's all about.
I'm going to go to a Kmart or a Big W or like a Target or something. I'm going to go up to the demo unit, steal the plates, and put it on my PS5 so people think I got money.
I got my PS5 from Target, actually.
You're a Target man.
I'm not. But geez, those days were rough to find a PS5. You know what I'm saying?
Mate,
I don't mind Target. Sorry, that sounds like I don't like Target. I don't mind Target, but that's not where I hunt down my PS5s normally.
No, that's totally fair. Yeah. Target don't even hunt down their PS5s at Target. Their staff go elsewhere. That's crazy. But yeah, PlayStation 5 Pro design is out there if you want to see it. I'm sure we'll have something up on the website tomorrow or in the coming days. It'll be there, so go have a look. All right, let's move on to the topic of the show. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, mate. It dropped. We've been playing it. Some of us have been playing it more than others, but we've both played it.
I've played a lot, actually. I've played the 7-hour tutorial, so I'm ready to go.
I was gonna say, mate, you probably played it more than the average bear. What are you talking about? All right, let's talk about Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. These are our first impressions. In no way is this a review. There probably will be a review, but I'm gonna have to do this review really quick so we don't have a Concord situation where it's just gonna not happen. By the way, Concord, rest in peace. I love you, Concord. I've been playing the shit out of you for the last couple of days.
Fuck you.
Sorry, that's not my fault. You should take it up with Sony, man.
For context, they announced they're like, "Oh, we're shutting down the game. We got to refund everyone on the weekend." And then I looked in my emails, and 3 hours ago, I'd been refunded, and the game deleted from my library. Okay, all right, no one last hurrah. That's very sad. I like Concord. I hope it comes back one day. Anyway, yeah, Quidditch. You know what? I think in summary, if I can start with a summary, I'm glad the game exists. You know, I'm glad they made the game. It's an easy comparison to Rocket League, but it's, you know, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but my understanding is that it seems quite close to the actual Quidditch game that's portrayed in the movies and the books and stuff. There's a few little tweaks, to make the video game and playable and fun. But in general, it's quite a solid game. I don't think I appreciated how complicated Quidditch is, though, watching the movies.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on. And
there's a lot going on.
That tutorial, I want to sit here and be like, that tutorial's a fucking joke. It goes for too long. It's shit. Rah. But honestly, you'd be fucked if you didn't do it. Like, to be frank, if you're playing this game, you do yourself a favor and do the 20-minute tutorial.
I think.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on.
I think what's crazy about the tutorial is that you do the tutorial. It is a long tutorial, but it does it is a very good tutorial. It teaches you everything you need to know. It does a great job of that.
It does it in a fairly fun way, to be fair.
Yeah. I think what's crazy is, like, after that, we had done the tutorial, Jake had done the tutorial, we started looking at the achievements and the trophies, and it's like, oh, save a goal with a power kick. Jake's like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, they didn't teach us that in the tutorial. I think there's still more to learn here. It's like, how the fuck is there more to learn? We've learned so much. Like, we learned 4 different positions in like half an hour. We're very competent at 4 of them. And then, yeah, oh man, it was crazy. It's so funny though. Like, how do you do that? Like, yeah, it's very good. Lots of fun. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you're going to love it. If you're a fan of the most ridiculous fictional game ever, Quidditch, you're definitely going to love it. But I mean, if you've seen Harry Potter, you know how it works. If you haven't, strap in. So basically, Quidditch has no real life equivalent, okay? But it has... Oh, no, that's not true. This is Rocket League on broomsticks, okay? But if Rocket League also had one guy going around to find a small Rocket League ball, and there were a little bit bigger Rocket League balls that you could aim at the cars and beat the shit out of them with, then you've got Quidditch. So basically, you got 3 chasers, 1 seeker, 2 beaters, right? And what you do is the chasers chase the quaffle, which is a red ball that you want to put through one of 3 hoops. I just realized, I think I'm quoting the book, like almost word for word. Not on purpose, but it's like built into my DNA. Like, okay, we can do this. So you want to put it through one of the 3 hoops, right? The beaters, they run around, they got bats, they're able to summon beating, like, I forget what the balls are called. We'll just call them meanie balls. They summon the meanie balls, and they can beat the meanie balls at different players, at the seeker, at the other beaters. I think the best thing for you to do is wait for your mate to go, I'm about to shoot at goal, then you can beat the keeper with the ball. He starts falling, and then your mate says, I missed the goal. So you've just wasted a lot of time, Jacob. And yeah, so he's a very good seeker. And then the seeker is the player who, okay, so this is a little bit different to how it works in the Harry Potter universe. So effectively, the seeker in Harry Potter lore, right? If you are the seeker, it is your job to find the golden snitch. The seeker that catches the snitch ends the game. And I think it's like scores like 70 points or something for their team, which is sort of like, you're going to win if you catch the snitch. There's only one time in all of Harry Potter lore where catching the snitch ended the game, but the person who caught the snitch, their team lost. That's only one time it's ever happened. So there is precedence for it, and it is possible. That's in the 4th Harry Potter book. Victor Crumb finishes the Quidditch World Cup by catching the snitch, and people are like, why did he do it? And he's like, because my team suck and I was not going to keep losing, so I just wanted to end the game. Shout out to you, Crumb. Who's in the game, by the way, but we'll get to that. Yeah, so effectively in Quidditch Champions, how it works is catching the snitch grants you 30 points. But you have to get to 100 points to end the game to win. So say your team is on 60 points and you catch the snitch and it takes your team up to 90 points, it basically resets and you go back to the center and you start the game again until the final 10 points are scored. Or alternatively, if everyone sucks, the snitch will eventually spawn again and you can seek the snitch again. Very different from Harry Potter, but also in a way, it's probably like, it makes more sense for that to happen because then like it actually gives each team a fighting chance and it actually allows the game to go on a little bit longer because it's normally after you score like 30 points that they drop the snitch into the arena. And then you, a seeker, and another seeker are basically battling it out for it. Could take a lot of time, could be done super quick if you're up against somebody that's not very good at the game, which also doesn't feel entirely fair that if you've got somebody that's probably got 40 hours in the game and somebody that's just jumped in for the first time, they're obviously going to be a much better player and are going to be able to be more consistently catching the snitch than a player that's just started. So it's going to make it more of a level playing field for newbies when they eventually get into the game. So I see why they've done it. I don't think it breaks the game down in any way, shape, or form. I think it actually helps the game. I think it actually helps like Harry Potter canon as well. But yeah, so effectively, now you're playing Quidditch. Very straightforward. Lots of power moves, lots of other stuff. It's actually a very deep game. Like, each position has skill trees, and you will gain skill points by playing the games. So much depth. You also are able to equip your team with different wands, brooms, uniforms. The brooms themselves all have upgrade trees, so basically you're able to upgrade your broom for it to go faster, be more agile, have more defense, and then you can equip each position with a different broom if that's what you want to do. So for example, my Seeker has a firebolt at max, like it's maxed out broom, so it's fast as hell, which makes sense because I'm trying to seek out the snitch. I want to be going quicker than everybody else, but my Keeper has a more defensive broom, so he's more liable to be able to withstand a bludger. So a bludger, the beaters hit the bludgers. Oh my god, I remember the name of the ball. It's not a mini ball, it's a bludger. So he's more likely to be able to like whip a bludger away and like not fall off the broom. So he's still ready to be able to stop like the quaffle from getting in. So it's real in depth on like, I can't believe I'm about to say this, like you give each position a loadout, and that loadout is very much determined by what broom you unlock, how much points you put into each broom, and also dependent on how many skill points you put into each sort of like little skill tree that each position has. So at the end of the day, your Seeker can feel very different from somebody else's Seeker, because someone's Seeker could have gone for a more defensive Seeker. So when they start getting hit with bludgers, you know, if you got a team that's going to bludgeon the Seeker, you want a more defensive Seeker. So they've really gone in and thought, how can we differentiate this and make it different and make it have a little bit more depth than the average sport game? And I think they've done a really good job, like really good job. Another thing that's super interesting is it has a battle pass. That you like at the moment, everything is like there's no in-game currency. Everything is purchasable. The battle pass is just there for you to grind through. You go to the store, you go to the vault, you you can buy most things with in-game currency. I'm not going to say there isn't any like paid currency and all that. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I've mainly just been enjoying the game. That's a good sign when you're playing the game and you're more interested in just jumping into the game than you are going through the menus and seeing stuff that you can buy and unlock. That's a boon. That's a good freaking game that makes you want to get into the next match. And I think that's why we make the equivalent to Rocket League, because Rocket League is that shit, got to do one more. Shit, I could do one more. Like, let's get back in. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions has that same feel of you finish a game and you're like, damn, like I'm riding high right now. Can't believe I did that. Let's jump back in and do it again. Because it's one of those games that the more you do it, the more repetition you have, the better you're going to get. And you're just going to continuously like build your skill, build your team, build your characters. And I think that's where people are going to get sort of addicted to this game. Like, I think the Harry Potter name helps it, but it's a mechanically sound game that if the Harry Potter name wasn't there and this was just some random game that they dropped, I think it would still be a lot of fun. And I think they're my first impressions, people. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions. It's really good. I'll have a full review when I'm done grinding. But no, I enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I look forward to putting more hours into it. Yeah.
it's a very yin and yang to Rocket League though at the same time, because Rocket League I feel like there's a little bit more chance involved. Like, I shanked the ball and suddenly the game's like the match is going to be played differently, or this crack at goal is going to be so different. Whereas, because the items in Quidditch you hold on to most of the time, like it just sort of creates a different mechanic. Like a lot more challenging needs to be done, getting up closer, that sort of thing. So I don't think one game's here to crush the other. I think they can both live happily in the universe.
100%. I agree. Well, mate, I think it's going to do us for this week. Very short show, but I think a really good, straight to the point, concise, fun-packed show. I think next week I'm going to do my post-mortem for Concord and talk about what could possibly be its rebirth. I think that'll be a fun little discussion for us to have. But,
I look forward to that. I do need a little more time to reflect, so I think that works out well.
That's what I'm saying. I thought about talking about it this week, but I was like, I've still got a little bit of time left with it. I really do want to think about, will we see it again? Should we see it again? And what the hell is wrong with people? So, next week, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in for that one. But that is going to do it from us for this week. Jack, thank you for joining me, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, mate, anytime. Come back next week. We'll do it again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, listening, hanging out. If you want to support us, you can do that by subscribing to the YouTube, following us on the podcast service you are listening to this fine show on, or heading over to our website, oneupgames.com, getting an article to read, checking out all our socials and all that fun stuff. But, like I said, that's going to do it from us. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, may all of your games be good ones, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.